Okay, welcome back to Fallout 3. We've just left the vault. Been forced out pretty much because our dad has left and the overseer and all the security crew were out to get us. There's a lot of chaos back there. So we have left this entrance that is pretty much embedded in rock. Huge stone rock formation with a door built into it like a cave entrance, and it is boarded up, barring entry. It's obvious that this entrance has been excavated. And we are we're kind of at the top of a very tall hillside, and we're overlooking a landscape at morning. In the distance, you can see tree lines. Of course, the trees are dead. And in the very far distance, you can just make out the dome of the Capitol building and what's left of the Washington Monument. Some large buildings. Windows are blown out. The ground is brittle, dry, straw-like. Doesn't seem to be much life that's apparent. We can go down. Sand blowing visibly in front of our vision. The ground is rocky and sandy. No grass really to speak of. The rocks are smooth, large, boulder-like, that form much of the landscape that's built up. The rocks on the ground are probably about the size of your fist. Broken pavement from city highways at the base of this hill. It's our footsteps that you hear as we move forward. Pavement is pretty much disintegrated into rock in many places. There's broken highways and overpasses. They kind of stand like, like a very tall Stonehenge. Some still have roads left atop of them, and some are just standing pillars, no longer attached to a road. There are debris from cars left on the roads, what's left of the roads, and guardrails that are broken alongside of the roads. Some abandoned vehicles. A very Fallout type car. I think this is called the Flea. It is like a rocket on its side. It's pointed at the top and has a cone-like shape, but it's got a cutout for a driver's seat. And propulsion appears to come from the back. And the trunk is also in the back, the boot, I guess you would say. And it was left, obviously, many, many years ago. None of the cars are functional. Looking off to the left as we came out of the vault, we can see some old infrastructure from power lines. What appears to be it's a steeple shape, but probably a broadcast tower. Off in the distance. And other buildings that are really not discernible from our vantage point. Turn back again. Walk back up the road a little bit. It's an old speed limit sign. It's pretty faded. It's hard to make out what it says, but it is indicating that speed limit was 50. And from that sign, there is the path that leads up to the vault. And if you heard that ticking noise, that was residual radiation left in a very deep puddle. We're just going to kind of head straight down into the rocks and dirt trails that are now present in the landscape among the burned out trees and broken pathways. We've just come around a very large rock to expose a water tower. Sign of civilization past. As we walk towards the water tower, we see what looks to have been a neighborhood of some small burg before the bombs dropped. We're going to make our way down over the rocks. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 houses whose frames are still sort of standing. Some that are just broken completely down to foundation. Just flat slabs left in the dirt. And a road that runs through it. Obviously not a well-maintained road. The houses look burned out as if by fire. Entering into what used to be a home. Now, if you hear that, that is from an iBot. It's like a moving radio. It's a metal ball robot that floats like a drone through the air, and it's broadcasting this radio message. Now, it's interesting, in 2008 or 9, when this game was made, drones wouldn't really have been as prevalent as they are today. They would have been fairly new. I'm examining this house just to see if I can find anything left that might be salvage. Gotta remember what. Okay, there we go. Just some old food containers laying around pretty much in these old houses. There's a chimney, what used to be a chimney, and a stove. This was the era of Fallout when the bombs dropped in the world of Fallout. It would have been like 1950s or 1960s Americana style vibe. Appears to be a cellar. Requires a key, however, to get into. Can't inspect that.
All you need is a little patience. A little faith. Till next time, this is John Henry Eaton.
Lots of cars that are burned out and just left at the front of these homes. You see a trader walking along.
Hey there.
Hi.
Watch it, will you?
Oops, I bumped into her. Let's see if we can catch up to this trader.
Hello.
Hi, who are we talking to? This is
Welcome,
Crow.
welcome. My name is Crow, and I travel the land offering vestments of protection. And you are fortunate I found you in time. You bear the look of one who is haunted, but I am proud to say that my wares can protect you from even the cruel claws of death itself. Have a look.
Now, Crow is wearing some pretty heavy leather armor. It looks like a vest, but it's heavily plated with metal pieces to give it more protection and padding. He's wearing a baseball cap with a pair of, looks like flight goggles over the top of his cap, which you could put over his eyes to protect him from dust storms, I assume. And behind him is his pack Brahmin. And a Brahmin is a cow with 2 heads, mutated by the radiation over time. It's wearing a very large saddlebag. The Brahmin is the size of a large bull. And it has 2 heads. And along with them is a caravan guard who helps Crow defend his pack Brahmin. He would obviously be a target, carrying caps, which is currency, and wares. So I can ask him to tell us about the trade caravans, tell him I'm here to buy, ask for repair to goods, and that I could leave. I'm going to ask to see his wares.
If your clothes make the man, then here are the means to remake yourself.
I don't really have anything that I can buy just yet, but hopefully I can sell. There we go. I've got the magnification figured out on the Xbox, so let's see. I don't want to sell my pistol, or my BB gun, or my baseball. Okay. Let's see. Just things I don't need right now, heavy things. So mostly just junk. Get rid of the police batons. I'm gonna keep my baseball hat. I'm gonna hold on to my money too for the moment. It doesn't weigh anything. Get rid of all this rad roach meat that I got from inside the vault. I'm gonna get rid of these extra armors. Any luck, I'll find better. I do want to hold on to the utility jumpsuits, the extra vault suits, because I believe they can be used to repair some of my goods. Okay, go over to the other side. Now that I have some money, let's see if there's anything he has that I would want to buy. Let's see. See if I can buy those stim packs. That would be nice. Just kind of got to see what kind of money I'm going to have left here. Okay, these are all things I'm selling him that you hear me shuffling through. I could buy a Brahmin skin outfit. That probably has some value for statistics. Radiation suit. If I can afford it, I might want one of those. looking through his gear here. There's really no pictures. It's all text. Guess I'll find one of these outfits. Okay, and I'm gonna end up with 54 caps at the end of it all, so that's not bad.
Thanks.
Alright, and let's see if he can do some repairs.
Yes, but only if it wants to be repaired.
He's very philosophical. Okay, the 10mm pistol. Let's see if he can do anything with that. Good. A jumpsuit. Good. Alright, that's all the repair work he can do. And if I ask him about the caravan.
My caravan sells clothing and armor to decorate and protect the body while it endures the ravages of the physical world. My travels take me from Canterbury Commons to where there is true need of this protection. After all, this is what they'll pay the most for.
Okay, I'm getting ready to leave here. Of note, I could actually try to follow him along his trade route, and he and his guard would help protect me against the things that are on the road. But that's not my goal at this time. I'm going to go ahead and walk up towards Megaton, because this would be a big deviation from how you usually start.
Stay safe on the path you travel.
Thank you, Crow. And they can die, these merchants, so... See if she has anything
Good to see you.
Oops, I didn't mean to pull a gun on you, lady. She's hurrying to catch up.
I'm just here to protect the merchandise.
Yeah. So this is up above the rock where the vault was. So I'm guessing that he just came from... Yeah, see where he goes, because he's getting ready to go towards the entrance of the vault. I've never actually watched his trade route, so...
Good to see you.
She's very friendly, considering she's a caravan guard. This Brahmin, its poor udder almost drags the ground, poor thing. So it looks like he's gonna be...
Oh, come on. Pay more attention to what you're doing.
Sorry. I, kicked the cart. He didn't appreciate that. Maybe he's gonna go towards the Super Duper Mart. Well, we'll let them go on their way. Okay. So off we go. Oh, I didn't see that car before. Completely burned out. Back we're going towards that water tower again, down that street. Just gonna check out here's a 2-story house that's burned out. And here's a cabinet. And it has some bobby pins, very welcome. Some scotch, some whiskey, and an empty bottle. So, we'll definitely take those. Just looking for stuff that I might be able to sell along the way. Go to the next house. Very little left of these houses, by the way. It's mostly just concrete, wood, and maybe a few structures, like here's an overturned bathtub full of dirt. But Here's a safe. So the safe is presented as a lock with a bobby pin stuck in it and a screwdriver. So if you twist the bobby pin to the left or the right and then push the screwdriver trying to turn the tumblers. I got very lucky, got it on the first try. If you don't have the tumblers set right, the bobby pin breaks and eventually you might break the lock. So we'll get some caps and buff out jet and tats and psycho. So it looks like this was somebody was keeping their medicines and drugs in there. But experience of opening the lock is good too. A lot of picket fences. Here's some mailboxes, pretty rusted. Oh, there's a Pugilism Illustrated in there. It's a magazine, and we want that. Very welcome. That is a magazine that gives you a skill point. And I just need to make my way to the magazine. There we go. Pugilism Illustrated. I use it. Get the point. Very nice. I'll take it. I think I'm still zoomed a little bit, so I want to fix that. There we go.
Let's talk about government, shall we? Or more
You can hear that iBot to the left of us.
Just who is the author? Why, now that's simple.
Another street sign. Speed limit here is looks to be maybe 35, and I guess that's because we're in a residential zone.
As your president,
There's large
my responsibility.
sedan-style sized cars. I always think of them as the old Thunderbird cars. Big four-seaters, huge engines, big trunk, big engines from the 50s. Like Grease Lightning from Grease.
But only together. Together can we hope to reach our full potential.
Fire hydrant.
Way we were before the war. Whole. Beautiful.
We drink from that, we get
One
a little bit of health.
One America. Now.
I believe my health is full, so that's good.
We've got a party.
It's an empty playground. Metal structures are still standing, though they are pretty rusted. And shockingly, the seesaws, although broken in half, the wood is still here. Can only assume perhaps it petrified itself. There's a slide, there's a merry-go-round, and a seesaw. And some swings, although the swings are in really bad shape, but the chains are still intact, and one of the swings still has a seat. And there's even some monkey bars, which I don't even know if monkey bars are still even a thing on playgrounds today. Maybe. There's a trash can. Just some junk in it, labeled clipboard and some pre-war money. Pre-war money is something that we're hanging on to for quick cash because it's light. There's some old tires and tricycles, car tires I should say. There's the iBot. There's no interacting with it at this point, though I could shoot it, but I don't have a need to. Alright, there's another mailbox. It's empty.
I'm President John Henry Eaton, and
Got those houses checked. Continuing along the roadway here. There is looks to be an old gas station. Red Rocket gas station called Red Rocket. And I'm betting that this sign that I'm looking at used to say, or says Megaton with an arrow on it. I never noticed that before. I'm sure it was there, just never noticed it. There's some old barrels and a Nuka-Cola machine. Now this is Fallout 3, so the Nuka-Cola machines look very much like an old Coca-Cola dispenser with the window in the front and like a vending machine. Nuka-Cola lit up at the top. And inside there's Nuka-Cola and a bottle cap, which is welcome. As I said, those are currency here in the game. Some hubcaps and tires. I don't see any gas pumps. That's a surprise. But the Red Rocket signage itself is indeed of a large red rocket. Housing around the frame of it to make it look like it's a rocket on a launch pad, and it's red, as the name might suggest. You hear me kicking trash on the ground, some empty bottles, buckets. And just across from the Red Rocket is a fenced-in area that appears to have had a maybe this is where all the cars were parked at the gas station. There's a couple of dumpsters back here. They're empty. And it's surrounded by chain link fence. And several abandoned cars, rusted out, non-functional. And then to the side, a little bit further, trash can, is a bus stop. Just to the left of the Red Rocket. And there's a bench there that you could sit upon. And there's a structure beside it. I don't know if it was a house previously or if it was a business. Can't really tell from looking inside. But there is a cabinet here with a lock on it. Very easy lock, I would have to agree. And it's got some bobby pins and some wine and more spirits. So that doesn't really tell us what this house might have been. Or if it was a business associated with the Red Rocket. Who knows? Lost to time. There's a stop sign at this corner and a mailbox. Like a drop-off postal box. It's got a picture of a horse and rider, so you would get the impression of the Pony Express. And off in the distance, just beyond these houses, you can see a large brick structure. That was the school. We're not going to go there just yet. But we did discover the area, which is nice. I don't see anything in the house that's at the top of the hill. Okay, going back towards the road again. And towards the Red Rocket station. Get our bearings. See electrical lines, power lines still attached. That may be why we still see some places have power. Here's a house that appears to be pretty intact. A small ranch. We'll come back there later. Drink from a fire hydrant there. Okay, we're going to pass the bus stop again. So the bus stop on our left, Red Rocket on our right. Starting to get a little dark out. Oh, I hear some explosions off in the distance. We're going to see if we can't hide a little bit. Get our pistol out. If I had to guess, I'd say the iBot discovered something that shouldn't have been here. But I also don't hear the iBot. That's a little concerning. Okay. My view is pretty much obstructed by rocks. I'm just going to follow the road. And now I am met with a traffic cone and some crashed cars. The road is pretty much fallen into upheaval. The landscape is pretty much the same as we walk through this. It's just broken road. The moon is starting to come up. Looks full. Halfway lit. So that tells me we're headed. Let's see what direction we're going. Get our map out. So Springvale was the city that we were just exploring. Springvale, and that's where the school is. So north of us, because we're facing east, north of us, to the north, it's going to be Megaton. Go in the direction of the moon. Oh. An old looks like an old radio tower. And ahead of us is a torn up, broken down billboard advertising Captain Cosmos. Video game. A comic book character, I assume. quick save here. I assumed following the road would be the way to go. Check out this mailbox. A letter from that pack. Okay.
There's a bomb strapped to me. You've got to disarm it. Quick!
Oh, a resident has just run up to me complaining about a bomb strapped to her. I don't know that, I don't know that that's something I need to get. Oh, there's an ant. Who are they fighting? Alright. Hopefully it was just the one. A giant worker ant. And indeed, it was a giant ant. About the size of a person laying down. Very large ant. So obviously that lady did not blow up. And I'm by some kind of silo here. Oh! Holy cow! Never mind. That was a raider. And I have died. Should have let the ant kill him. Good thing I just saved, huh? Pretty sure that was a random encounter. So this, where I announced my save is where I'm at again. I gotta figure out which way I want to go. Okay, we're gonna once again follow this road. I don't know if that ant is after me or not. I just try to avoid it. Oh! That's a mirelurk. Mad Brahmin? I don't remember Mad Brahmin before. Holy cow. Brahmin, you need to... Oh, you need to leave me alone, Brahmin. I don't remember ever seeing Mad Brahmin. Oh, I'm in danger. That means I'm seen. Oh my gosh. Why are they? Why are they here and why are they angry? Okay. It's a herd. Okay. There's some of them. I'm gonna hope that the rest ran off. Ooh, I got him. Goodness, that was a giant ant. That was a worker ant. All this gunfire may have attracted some attention I didn't necessarily want. Alright, let's go towards this water tower. Okay, the valve. Okay, in case I did have any issues there. Water should have helped. I gotta find my way back out here. It is held in by a chain link fence. Came in through a broken part of the fence that was laid down. And I'm pretty sure I've found out where that is. I just can't quite make my way around it. There we go. Success. Okay. At the bottom of that appears to be what looks like an apartment complex across the street. And some building behind a fence. Trying to see what's over there. I can't tell. Just trying to make my way to the first city. But it's dark out, so it's hard to know where I'm going. Looking for signs of civilization. guess I'm glad because I'll have brahmin meat for steaks and such, but it's a shame. Okay. You can hear all the crickets, you know it's still dark out. Alright, that appears to be a clearing. And a path. Uh-oh. Mirelurks. Now, the thing with mirelurks, they're usually only around water. And their weak spot is in the face. And they're dangerous. Alright. Not a good place to. I want this guy. Ah. Ah. Turtle up. If I can just. Oh gosh. But we know he had a friend. Wondering what water was I by. Okay. So, a mirelurk. It looks like a walking bipedal horseshoe crab. So it's got a really hard shell and hood, and it's got a teeny tiny little face like a crab. And if I had to describe how they sound, it's kind of like if you were to thwack a jellyfish, maybe. It's kind of got a horseshoe crab shell, but also really solid, rubbery. That's how it strikes me that they are. And I don't think that was the way I really wanted to go. I don't even know if I'm still going in the right direction. I'm looking at my map here. And I'm guessing maybe I have to come south. So try going this way. This is how they say. It's kind of how the quest is telling me I need to be. So let's follow the quest marker. Yeah. Oh. I keep hearing footsteps. And we have a bloatfly. I don't have a very good chance of hitting it, so I'll try to steer clear of it. I can't. It is following me. If I can get 3 shots in, it'll die. Got 2. Hopefully it's not going to find friends. Oh, there it is. Alright. Take what it had. Let's save here. And continue along our merry way. Ah, okay. In front of me I see a large metal structure with some fairy lights hanging down. Indicating I have seen civilization. Its walls are huge. Like 2 or 3 stories high. There's a robot at the top. Welcome in. In front of us is a huge turbine, like an airplane fan.
Careful with that our weapon here. Thirsty, partner? Try Moriarty's. Coldest drinks in the capital wasteland.
And about the size of a person tall, there is a robot. Looks like Robbie the robot from Lost in
Welcome
Space.
to Megaton. Enjoy your stay.
He's very bulky. He's rounded with his joints. His knees and elbows are very round and bulbous.
Thirsty, partner? Try Moriarty's. Coldest drinks in the capital wasteland.
His head kind of comes to a rounded, narrowed point at the top,
Welcome
like a bottle,
to
with a light at
Megaton.
the top where his brain
Enjoy
is, and
your
it
stay.
blinks while he speaks.
Have yourself a nice visit, partner. Have yourself a nice visit, partner.
His name is Deputy Weld.
Need some grub? Try the brass lantern.
Hello? I hear somebody.
Welcome.
Ah, there we go. Got another trader here. This is Doc Hoff.
Ah, welcome, weary traveler. You look like a traveler in need of relaxation and the finest of chemical assistance. Well, wander no more, my good friend, for I am Doc Hoff, procurer of the finest of medical goods and chemical assistance. Now, how may I help you?
Now, Doc Hoff is dressed in a suit and tie, although it's loose. It's very casual. He's loosened his tie, and unbuttoned his collar. He's got glasses on, he's balding, he has a beard and mustache when his hair is brown. He appears to be in his 40s or 50s, I'd say. Let's see what he's selling.
Tell me what you need, and maybe I've got your fix.
Alright, I've just sold him some junk. I sold him just earnings clipboard, some empty bottles, that kind of thing. Just some junk, knowing that he is going to have stim packs. More than I can afford with what I'm offering. So I'm gonna have to only okay. Pretty sure that's all I can afford to buy from him.
Let's take a look.
See if he can repair anything. Nope. Nothing better than what the other guy could do.
See you next time you need that special little something.
Thanks, Doc. He also sells a lot of chems. Alright. Let's get back up here to Deputy Weld. The door has been opened for us.
Have yourself a nice visit, partner.
Alright. We're going to head on into Megaton, which, again, is a huge walled-in,
Drinks in the capital wasteland.
huge walled-in territory put together with scrap metal, basically. A lot of corrugated aluminum and fairy lights and sheet metal.
Another newcomer.
And we're greeted.
Name's Lucas Sims, town sheriff, and mayor too when the need arises. I don't know why, but I like you, girl. Something tells me you're all right. So welcome to Megaton. Just holler if you need something.
Alright, Lucas is dressed in a overcoat, duster, old western style with a big old cowboy hat with a hat band. Looks to be like a gold hat band around the middle. He's got a mustache and beard. I think he's got something. Oh, yeah. On his back, you can see that he's got a rifle thrown over his back. And there are many dialogue options. Lucas Sims.
The quiet type,
I didn't
Fine.
say anything.
Might help keep you out of trouble. I hope you're not a weirdo. Got enough of those already.
Oh, I'm not too weird. I'll say, yep, message received.
I'm glad we understand each other. Now, is there something I can help you with?
I can tell him that I'm looking for my father, a middle-aged guy. Maybe you've seen him. Give you some directions. Ask about the area outside of Megaton. Tell me more about the town, or that I have to go. We can talk to Lucas later.
Mind your manners now.
And he's got a sheriff's badge as well. I just wanted to describe the town a little bit. It's lit up by some spotlights. It's nighttime at this point, but you can see that there are several residences and shops built up along the town, also of scrap metal. There are lots of people
Yes?
just kind of milling about, so they're all friendly. There are some crude markers that indicate arrows in it's like an old western style, saying clinic is this way, the saloon is that way, sheriff is this way, and the shops are this way. So kind of giving you some directions in
You
town.
looking for the mayor or the sheriff?
Most everything is
What's
down.
happening?
Put my gun away. There's a Brahmin here and a milk pail. So obviously this Brahmin is kept for milk. And most notably, there is a giant atomic undetonated bomb in the middle of town. You can hear that it's still got some radiation attached to it, as I was taking some rads there. And it will become a point of discussion with several characters of Megaton. And then there are
Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye shall be blind with his glory. Every ear shall be stricken deaf to hear the thunder of his voice. Let the men,
that would be
women,
Professor
and
Cromwell,
children
who worships the bomb. We'll find out more about them too. There is like a little noodle shop
those who dwell here
sitting right outside the edge here,
attend now to the words of
called the Brass Lantern. We heard about that as we walked in from
drink the waters of
Deputy
the
Weld.
For this ancient weapon of war is our salvation. It is the very symbol of
And going up a ramp opposite that, again, just laid out sheet metal, and there are some railings made of straight pipe as handrails, which is appreciated. Helps keep you from falling over to lead up towards the top. And these buildings, many of them look like miniature airplane hangars. There's a few signs that are lit around the town. Almost everything is made of metal, which is why you hear the metallic footsteps.
formed from the mass of our wretched and
What isn't metal is wood, but there's honestly not much wood, not much of anything made of wood inside this town. Here's the doctor's office, right by the Brass Lantern. And the ramp we'll use the most is probably, there's Lucas Sims again, the sheriff, past the two-headed cow.
past the fragile form of this ephemeral body.
And walking up. There's the armory again. That's not where I wanted to be. Even the roofs are made of metal.
Behold,
is overlooking, that is the area around the bomb. See if we can use our, let's see, supplies, the saloon, and restrooms are all to the right here. Clinic. And we're coming up on Craterside Supply, which is denoted by a very large globe encircled in rings that interconnect around itself. Very difficult to describe. There's concentric circles, but they all, if they were to move, they would all swing around inside of each other and around each other, much like the shape of an atom, I suppose. Craterside Supply isn't open yet. And if I were to go up further, it looks to be about like a balcony. And the men's restroom. Up around Moriarty's Saloon, just to the top of that, and some other apartments at the top here. Billy Creel, Big Jericho's up here too. Other apartments. So all the living quarters are above the city scape, so you can kind of overlook what's here within the city. It's not a very pretty city, but it is a city, which is saying a lot for post-apocalyptic times. Okay. So I'm going to log out here, and when we come back, we'll talk to Sheriff Sims and do that whole introduction. Get to know the town a little bit. The introduction to the game is probably the hardest to describe. Just know that it's got a very like old Western style feel to it. The clothes are made of, most people's clothes are made of hide, like leather of some sort, and you know, they have to be rugged and durable to have withstood the test of time. And what isn't old is new from the creatures that exist now in this modern world that remains after the bombs fell over 200 years ago. And so a city like Megaton is pretty impressive. It's the beginning of civilization. And they have shops and beds to sleep in, apartments for sale, properties for sale, and food. And they have traders that come in and out, and it's a secured, gated community, if you will. That's it. See you next time.